It's British Airways' new Club Suite, the game changer that will propel the airline back to the top of the pack. We flew with them from Miami to London, so stay tuned as I share my trip report so that you can decide if BA should be your go-to choice of flying across the Atlantic. It's coming up. Hi fellow travelers, this is Ken and welcome to my channel, Ken Travels 360. After 2 weeks in the Americas, when we spent the first week in New Orleans for Mardi Gras, followed by the second week cruising on Symphony of the Seas, we are ready to go home now. We are flying with British Airways from Miami to London Heathrow on BA 208. And today's flight will be operated by a Boeing 787 Dreamliner with the new Club Suite. So I'll be sharing the whole experience with you in this video. We've just checked in at British Airways and we're gonna go through the security now. Right, we just survived a rather frantic TSA security. It was a bit of a mayhem there, but we've gone through. We're now gonna head to Flagship Lounge. Here it is, we have arrived at Flagship Lounge. Right at the entrance, we got some Piper Heidsieck champagne. Oh, very nice. Let's check out what food they are serving here in the Flagship First Lounge. There's broccolini, steak fries, cilantro rice. Over here there is salmon and barbecue chicken. There's lots of salad and cold cuts. Right, even though I have been starving for the last 2 hours because we haven't eaten much the whole day, the food is still not very interesting. The chicken tastes just about okay. However, the champagne is very good, so that's something. Here they have a Coca-Cola freestyle machine, coffee machines, lots of different tea, iced tea and flavored water. They have soup here. Right, we just got the key for the shower. So I'm inside the shower now, shower number 2, so I can show you the facilities. The bathroom is spacious and well appointed. Towels are obviously provided, and toiletries here are supplied by DS & Durga, which is an artisanal fragrance brand, and generally their products are high quality. There's also a loo here. When it comes to the shower, there is a handheld nozzle shower as well as a rain shower, which is just perfect after a long day of sightseeing at the Everglades. It's so nice to be able to have a great shower before the flight. Now I'm feeling much more refreshed. Right, I'm changed now after having the shower. Right, let's get some champagne. There's another fridge here with a Coca-Cola freestyle machine, and then there's lots of liqueur. The selection of liqueur is very similar to that in the Dallas Flagship Lounge. This is the dining area. There are lots of seating. They have some ginger soy glazed noodles here as well. So I got some of these soy glazed noodles from the live cooking station. Gonna try it. Because it's just cooked, it's hot, but it's still not very good. I have to say the food offering in Flagship Lounge has deteriorated a bit over the last few years. There is a Flagship First dining area and it's accessible if you are flying first class on an international flight. Given that AA is phasing out first class, I'm not sure what the future holds for this area. I just made myself an Aperol Spritz before boarding. Cheers. Overall, I found the whole experience of the Flagship Lounge in Miami to be adequate. The experience is definitely less elevated than when I last experienced it a few years ago. At the beginning of the trip, we visited the Flagship Lounge in Dallas and I much prefer the design there. If you are curious about our experience there, click on the link above to watch that. So we just finished using the Flagship Lounge and now it's time to get to our gate to board the flight, which is E24. Right, it turns out we did actually make the gates in good time and we just boarded with no queuing, which is great. My seat is 14K and while boarding is still happening, let's take a look at our Club Suite business class seat. With a one-to-one layout, the Club Suite offers direct aisle access for every passenger in this cabin. Next to the seat, you'll find a small storage cupboard. They've prepared and put a bottle of water in there. Inside, it also features a vanity mirror. I find this is a good area to put away my small items. Next, you will find another storage compartment where you'll find the touchscreen controller for the in-flight entertainment. There is a universal plug socket that works with UK, US as well as European style plugs, and there are 2 USB charging ports as well. Over here you have a reading lamp. The in-flight entertainment screen is large. I think it's an 18-inch screen. The seat itself is very spacious. At my height of 5'6", I couldn't even reach the footstool in a sitting position. You'll find these buttons to adjust your seat, ranging from the takeoff and landing position, a lounging position, and the flat back, which I shall show you later. And of course, your club suite comes with a door. Okay, the cabin crew has just given me the menu. Let's have a look what's gonna be served tonight. So just underneath the screen, you have the dining table. You release it and you pull it out. And voila, this is your dining table. On Cupworld, you get a nice pillow, some comfortable bed linen, as well as a noise cancelling headphone. Our last British Airways flight was economy from Buenos Aires to London, and yes, we survived it, but this is so much nicer. So boarding is complete and we are ready to taxi, and we'll be taking off shortly. Right, we are ready to take off. This is a Boeing 787 Dreamliner. It has been an hour since taking off and we have not been served any drinks or food yet. And I just noticed we haven't got any amenity kits, and I asked about them just now. Apparently they have not loaded any amenity kits, which is a bit of a shame. So the starter has just arrived and I will show you what it is like. The starters consist of a bread roll, a small seasonal salad, plus my choice of poached prawns. The other choice was a soup, but the prawns just look so much better. Let's see how these prawns taste like. The prawns are very good. So the main course has just been delivered. Let's have a look. I've ordered the teriyaki salmon tonight. It looks quite good, but does it taste good also? Let's find out. They probably put too much teriyaki sauce on the salmon. It's very salty. This teriyaki salmon is really mediocre. So I ordered a cocktail here as well. This is the cranberry brush. It's quite nice. The dessert has just arrived. It's a pistachio mousse. Wow, I just had the pistachio mousse. It's really good, really tasty. It's not overly sweet. You may remember that in the past, British Airways would run a duty-free service after meals. Well, they don't do that anymore. Instead, they offer an online ordering service. You need to order your duty-free goods. When you are on the flight, they will deliver it to you. So we ordered a couple of bottles of gin. Right, it's time to go to sleep now. Let's turn the seat into a flat bed. Good night. See, got the door shut now as well. Good morning. I have a good few hours sleep, and now they have just served breakfast. So I'm gonna show you what is the breakfast here. I have to say, it doesn't look very appealing to me. There is a chicken sausage wrap and a couple of croissants, which looks quite dry to me. And there is a pudding. I'm gonna try it and I will tell you what I think about it. I just finished a breakfast and it was rather poor. Not surprising really, given how they look like. The croissant does taste as dry as it look, and the chicken wrap was really weird as a breakfast choice. So yeah, I only have a few bites and I'm gonna wait for the arrivals lunch later to have a proper breakfast. So it's now just 40 minutes to landing and I want to record my feelings on the new Club World Suite. The seats felt a bit bigger even though they seem to be able to keep the similar number of seats. When flying with British Airways in business class, if possible, I'll definitely choose the flight with the new Club World Suites. However, it's not always possible to guarantee as they haven't upgraded the whole fleet yet. While I have been very happy with the new seats on this flight, the same cannot be said about the in-flight meal. It was rather poor, definitely worse than how I remember it from before. With the American flagship lounge in Miami being rather uninspiring before the flight as well, I still think it's worth flying the new Club World Suite because of the comfort and the good sleep it offered, but only just. Anyway, it's now time to prepare for landing. We got allocated a remote gate and it took a while before the first bus arrived to take passengers to the arrivals. So it has been an hour since we have landed and all the luggage are coming past, but ours still haven't arrived yet. I have read on Facebook groups that sometimes it could take like a couple of hours even for the baggage to come out. I hope it's not the case here. So after an hour of wait, we have been told that actually they have misloaded the luggage onto another belt 11, and there we found our luggage. That is so crappy. Just to find out why the mix-up happened. Apparently, American Airlines has loaded all the business class bags into a connecting flight cargo, and that's why it hasn't turned up. There was something else which I couldn't talk about whilst on the flight. The cabin crew who was serving our session, our aisle, everything seems too much trouble for him. When he delivered the meal, he just plonked it down without saying anything. And when we requested stuff, he looked visibly annoyed. And it wasn't just us, he was behaving the same way to other customers too. So I'm not sure why, but that just wasn't the kind of service that we were looking for. Adding insult to injury, they completely messed up the luggage delivery. So yeah, overall, I don't think that was the best BA long-haul flight that we have had from Miami. And I don't think we are particularly unlucky. We have heard so many issues that BA travelers have experienced on sites like Flyer Talk and other vlogs that it just makes you wonder whether it's still worth sticking with BA. Unfortunately, if you are London-based and travel to different places, both short haul and long haul, there's just not many alternative choices of airlines out there, and BA probably knows that. For others, if BA is one of the many choices, then hopefully this video has given you something to think about when considering which airline to fly with. You have to decide if this fantastic BA new Club World Suite is good enough to balance out all the other possible issues. If this video has been interesting to you, please give it a big thumbs up. And I would love to hear from you. Please share your recent travel experience on BA in the comment section below. And if you are not a subscriber yet, please consider doing so. We're now gonna go to the arrivals lounge now. I've made a video about it, so why don't you watch that video now? See you over there. Ciao.